Going on, everybody? This is Mckola and Howson Uncensored. We are back for another show. Manchester United are into the last four of the Europa League. We have got Sevilla and Inter have got Shakhtar.
I just hope it's different to the last time I saw Sevilla.
Oh, that was a horrible, horrible time that was.
Has that scarred us? Because I can't get out of my own head with that.
Should we have a look at the old 11 from that game?
Yeah, I know he was in this.
I know, he was in it as well.
It was fucking shy. Didn't he drop Pogba for the home game?
Pogba, Marshall was dropped. A lot of them was dropped.
Dire, frustrating football it was.
Was it 2-0 we lost?
It's hard to even pinpoint why it was so shit as well. But it was like woefully bad. It was just devoid of ideas. There was no spark. It was flat.
We had De Gea in goal. We had Bailly and Smalling at centre half. Valencia and Young were our fullbacks. That's as much as I remember. Then in midfield we had Matic, Fellaini. We had Lingard. We had Rashford, Sanchez and Lukaku. Now that front three, Rashford, Sanchez, Lukaku, is actually a good front three on paper. But if you look now at that team, who could potentially start the next game against Sevilla? You're looking at De Gea, Bailly, Matic.
Bay's a 50-50
and
anyway.
Rashford.
Yeah, Bay's not a starter.
No, but
he could.
Possibly, yeah. But even over the last 12 months, Bay, like the only regular starter there over the last 6 months, De Gea and Rashford.
Right. Can I say this? For all the fucking absolute turbo fucking dickheads that are loving pulling out 90 stats and going, this player never did that, this player never did that, right? If anything would illustrate how much easier for the top 6 teams football has got, and I'd actually like to see what goals per game there is. I feel like there's more goals in games now than there was 20 years ago. I don't know that, but I would hazard a guess that there is. I know a guy who I can ask about that too.
A good way to work out is like the total numbers of goals scored in a season.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Anyway,
it feels like the better team score more goals.
Yeah, right. So, I think we would both agree El Fenomeno was one of the greatest fucking players that ever played the game.
The best striker of all time.
Okay, the best striker of all time. Okay, that's interesting. Lukaku is 2 goals behind him in the league for Inter. Riddle me that. So, by Joe Biden knobhead logic, Lukaku's as good as fucking Ronaldo. And I get taken out of context well bad with that as well.
Because didn't you once say that?
Shut me knobhead. In that actual video, I went, don't take this out of context.
And it got taken
It was a shit, yeah, and they literally took it out of context. It was a shit sandwich. Joey, you go, I'm going to say something, I'm going to praise you first, but then you're getting it. So, what I actually said was, which you may not have seen, if you've seen the clip, was, I said, he's got shades of original Ronaldo in his physicality. Because he does. Sometimes when Lukaku's running at full pace at people, he's a fucking absolute freight train, innit? He's fast, he's physical, he's a fucking absolute handful to deal with. Then I said, but his touch ain't there, his finishing ain't there, his movement ain't there. There's all those other areas to the game, and that's what was frustrating about him. And I think it was the Wolves game last season or season before, and he was fucking dog poo. And that's what I was sort of, the point I was trying to make.
There's a lot of games where he was awful.
But that's the point I'm making is when you look back now and people are like, Cantona wasn't all that. He only scored like 18 goals or something in our title winning season. And you're like, you need to have seen what this magician was like. The game was more competitive because the bottom team was closer to the top team.
Sometimes
now it's too far.
The eye test, it goes a long way. Michael Carrick's one that used to suffer from that.
Yeah.
People that went to games all said, yo, Michael Carrick's fucking amazing. And everyone that I spoke to that didn't go to games, just watched Match of the Day, just watched it on TV. And that's fine if you do that, but you didn't see what Michael Carrick was good at. And sometimes you can look at some players and
there's a reason scouts go to games rather, because think of the cost of sending people to real matches rather than just watching it on video.
Because you get to see a whole lot more. And I think the eye test is important these days. It's why I always joke around saying stats have killed football. But I feel like they have a little bit because people automatically go to those stats. And I was watching the Cristiano Ronaldo film the other night. I know it's old, but I hadn't seen it, so I watched it. And like, who knows whether if Ronaldo and Messi never had each other, whether like 30, 40 goals would have been there. Like, you know, like they would have got there and that would have been it. Because I think a lot of their thing was, all right, you're going to score 30. All right, I'm going to score 40. You're going to score 2 a game. All right, I need a hat-trick a game. And it's like them two pushing each other on, drove each other. It's like with United. I once said before, and it kind of got misconstrued, but I said, maybe without Wenger, we don't win that treble.
Yeah.
Because he pushed Fergie on to thinking, nah, we need to do something else. We need to get better. And that maybe helped us in Europe. And I think you need those things. And football, soon, there's going to be a player that scores 60 goals. And people are going to say, oh, he's as good as Ronaldo and Messi. The facts are he's not. He's just in a different era.
They've done it for 10 or more years.
People used to talk about Hazard like he was up there with them. And I've always said, Hazard ain't all that. Like, look at, he looks great to watch, but he's not on a Ronaldo Messi level. That level is just remarkable. But football changed a lot. And like you say, I don't think there's as many goals. And I think the gap between the top clubs and the bottom clubs are a lot bigger.
It's definitely bigger. The leagues have gone like that. The bottom clubs take less points and the top clubs take more points as a percentage on average. Like the example I always use, people like to anoint this Liverpool and this City team as the greatest Premier League teams ever. Hilarious. Well, Chelsea won it a couple of years ago with 94 points. Is that a vintage Chelsea team? Is it fuck?
Which one was that, the Conte one?
Yeah. It's not a vintage Chelsea team. And 94 points. 94 points might be more than any of our fucking title wins.
It does.
And like I got fucking clipped up with that, might as well be Celtic one as well, but we got 81 points that season, which was more than our treble season.
Yeah.
And we were shit.
It's
That's
like
my
people
point.
keep referring to the points tally this season.
So when we were second under Jose, that was better than our treble team. At all.
No,
Come
you
on,
can't.
brother.
You can't.
Not
can't.
even
And it's
close.
different campaigns. I think Wolves had more points this season, didn't get European football.
Yeah.
So it's always different. Every season's different. But
Oh, people going on about it's our lowest points tally now. Doesn't matter. Get past the post.
and it's about
Come third.
those around you. You can only beat what's put in front of you. And we're third. We're the third best team in the country.
When United next win the title, we'll need 95 plus points to do it. But
You have to win
won't
30
be-
games. Yeah,
it
30
won't
games
be.
plus.
It won't be a vintage United team. There's no way it will. It won't be a team that's truly worthy of stacking up.
I think if they win the league, they already are, because it's been such a while. But also, when you look at this team, bro, I see the makings of a great team.
Yeah, but you've got to go so far to get close to 99 or away.
Yeah, but
And that's what I'm talking about.
But
by
I'm saying,
vintage.
Marshall and Rashford, they might not win a Ballon d'Or between them. You know, Greenwood might get them all or whatever, but like they have the makings of being a partnership that could be as prolific and as successful for United as Rooney and Ronaldo were. Now, for United, I know what Ronaldo did when he went away, and to do those kind of things is,
What did you do away?
you know, he didn't do much, did he? Just won a few Champions Leagues, became Real Madrid's greatest goal scorer of all time, went to Italy, won the Serie A. You know, he's done all right.
He's definitely
for
going
himself.
to France next, isn't he?
I hope he does. I hope he does. I don't think he should stay at Juventus.
I mean,
there's a lot of bums hanging around there just
that's a
hoping that Ronnie gets him a
participation.
Champions League.
That's a participation award, isn't it? If he goes to, all right, I picked up a medal in England, in Spain, in Italy, where they said I couldn't because my game's not right. He still scored fucking shitloads of goals. Go to France because it'll be like a week off, and then go and finish at fucking Munich or something.
He's the GOAT, man. Ronaldo's the GOAT. He's MJ of football.
He's won stuff internationally. He's won stuff with all his clubs.
And I know Messi, I think, is the most naturally gifted footballer of all time, who has also delivered on the pitch, don't get me wrong. But Ronaldo is...
Well, here's the thing, right? You could put him in a prime Tony Pulis team and he'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Messi, if it ain't the perfect Formula One machine, it almost feels like he spits his dummy out to me.
Can you imagine what we would have done if we kept Ronaldo? Oh, I don't even want to think about that. All right, moving on. We have got Sevilla. It's a chance to rewrite football heritage history. Is Oli going to do it? Is he going to come out and say, that's football heritage?
As much as I hope with all my heart we get to another final, I predicted us losing in a semi-final.
Someone tweeted Sevilla Shakhtar final yesterday, and I looked at it and I thought that actually looks like it might be right. You know when you
It's
just
a proper
see
Europa League final.
You know when you see something and you think, even Sevilla Inter sounds more likely than, I don't know, but this year has been the year of semi-finals, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where we failed everyone.
Third time lucky. Oli does have to not this, mate. Okay, look, if you're finishing a semi-final, I'm not saying you sack
they're all
him.
wanking Arteta off because he's won an FA
Yeah,
Cup.
but I mean, like in terms
more
of,
than Oli has.
he has to turn those in the next 12, 24 months. You have to turn them into finals and trophies. And I feel we missed out on the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And I think Oli could have managed that better.
Yeah.
But the bigger picture of it makes you think he's allowed. Bro, I'm not going to moan too much.
Because if he'd have won the FA Cup and finished where Arteta did, he'd have been sacked probably. Or the pressure would have been monumental. And if we don't start next season well, he may well have got sacked if he'd have kept his job.
Talking about them deluded Arsenal fans, you see them trying to compare Aubameyang and Martial?
Mate, I don't remember Martial playing in Division 2 in France.
I don't remember him getting loaned out. I don't remember him scoring 6 goals in 2 seasons. Bruv, first off, Aubameyang is 31 years old. Just because he sprayed back on his hairline, it doesn't mean that he's young. Anthony Martial is 24 years old.
He feels older.
When Aubameyang made his debut, Martial was in school, starting secondary school. So first off, stop comparing two things that don't make sense. Compare Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to his age mates. Now, Aubameyang is a great striker, a very good striker. Would I swap him for Martial? No chance. You look at Anthony Martial at 24 years of age, what he's done already. At 24 years of age, Aubameyang had won 1 French League Cup. 1. He had 1 season where he scored 20 goals. He had 2 campaigns where he scored just 6 goals in between that 2 campaigns. He had been bombing it out. League 1, League 2, on loan here, there and everywhere. Martial, since 18, was £50 million signing for Man United. Our top goal scorer in his first season. He had to work with a war criminal in Jose Mourinho, and he still managed to get 10 goals, 10 assists halfway through a season. Bruv, the levels are different. Just stop it. One of them is a star boy who's won a Golden Boy, FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League. Bro, your man has still won at 31 years of age with no hairline. He has still just got a French League Cup and an FA Cup in his bag, bruv. Get your priorities straight.
Not taking it to heart, though.
Martial, I wouldn't swap him for any number 9 in the world. Harry Kane or Aubameyang, none of them. Maybe Ronaldo for 1 year.
Do you know where you fucked up, though?
Because if we got Ronaldo...
Do you know where you fucked up here?
Where?
By giving any credence to the opinion of Arsenal fans.
Yeah, but...
They've been served shit sandwiches for so long.
You know what it was?
They don't know what tastes good no more.
I've spent my life bullying Arsenal fans in school, so sometimes you just have to bring it back to Twitter, do you know what I mean? Because they just make me sick. All of them, like... You see what happened when we went to the Emirates? Fucking hate them. Fucking hate them. And it's like, you know, Liverpool, I hate them, but I kind of respect them. You know, not a lot, but footballing wise.
We say I know what happened. I was on bail for 6 months. That's what happened.
Football wise, I respect Liverpool. Like, there's a reason why Liverpool fans are such pricks. Because they are...
don't give them respect.
No, they are.
No, don't give them respect.
But like,
out here lighting fucking flares in graveyards and shit.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. But listen, what I'm trying to say is, Liverpool fans have a reason to be annoying. Arsenal fans, you don't, bruv. Half the Arsenal fans, you grew up on a period of time where you won 3 league titles in however many long, yeah. And now you think you're up there with us and Real Madrid and that. No. You're not even in Europa League next year.
Where did they come this year?
Focus on fighting with Wolves and... No, they are in the Europa League because they
Where did they come?
FA Cup. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Was it 9th?
Oh, where did they come?
8th? We're going to do a reaction to our Premier League predictions. Yeah. Anyway, so make sure you're checking that out. We were going to do it on Uncensored, but I think that's worthy of its own video.
Yeah. Was it 8th, yeah?
They finished.
I think it was 8th.
It was outside.
They lost their damn minds because I said they were going to come 7th. And
they were right.
I'd like to apologise. You were way worse than I thought.
I don't want to finish ruin that video, but you got United's right. Which was, you were a bit optimistic at that point.
We hadn't signed Maguire at that point.
Maguire has been important to United. What do you think's happening with the centre halves? Because he's playing Bailly now, isn't he?
They came. Oh no, I thought it was on the same points as fucking Burnley.
There were 2 points ahead of Burnley though.
Wow. Burnley got robbed.
And Sheffield United lost 3 out of their last 5. Otherwise, it would have been 9th for Arsenal. But what did I just say?
Mate, there was only a couple of points away from Southampton, who were well shit at points this year.
They got battered 9-0 at one stage.
Hey, they turned that round though.
I'm surprised. Well, I thought Howson was gone. Fair play to Southampton, because most clubs just see 9-0 and think,
bye,
fuck.
Fucking bullet time, yeah, totally. Sin a bit.
And I think...
Nah, that's wild.
What do you...
How do you turn that
Can
around?
those things just happen, though? They can, innit, in the Premier League, against a team like Leicester.
Like, when City beat United 6-1, do you know how many shots they had?
Probably like 6.
7. Do you know how many shots we had?
Probably about 13.
6.
Or 6.
So, in theory, is 6-1 the correct result of that? Not really. I don't know what they expected.
That was... At 3-1, we should have said, stop this, lads.
Well,
just close up shop.
Who got sent off? Is it Johnny Evans?
Johnny Evans.
Right. So Johnny Evans gets sent off. Now, Fergie did what we always want him to do in those circumstances and go, Sam it! Right?
Fucking come on then!
But do you know what? There's a reason why most of the time managers close ranks so they don't.
You know that drunk that gets punched in the pub, and instead of just thinking, today's not my day, I'm just gonna.
He goes, you, outside, Sav it.
And that's what we did. And got filled in, and we left on the curb. Yeah, that was.
Come back.
I remember being at that game, and it was similar to the Liverpool game when we lost 3-0.
Didn't see any of them goals, so it was no.
And I just kept singing. I couldn't, because we weren't used to getting dick like that. I remember losing 5-0 against Chelsea, 5-0 against Newcastle, but they were like games where it was like whoa, and then it was back to normal.
Sometimes 6 out of your 7 shots fly in, and that's football, isn't it? Like, so I don't know how many shots Leicester had that night, but sometimes everything goes right for you and everything goes wrong for the defence, and then there's nothing you can do about it, is there?
But there's games where I always like Lask, like United. I felt like we could have battered them if we really, and you kind of just, I don't know whether it's subconsciously or even just think I need to save myself. And
how
just
many
take
shots
this
was
out
in that game? 25. Fucking Christ. See, 15 shots on target. That's still 67% of your shots going in.
What was their expected goals?
Insane. Go on Understat and have a look at expected goals for that game.
Well, while he's doing that, let's predict the Europa League last 4.
I think we go out on pens.
I think we'll go through then, just to balance out your negativity.
It's not being negative, mate. It's just a vibe.
It's just a prediction.
Obviously,
yeah.
I don't want that. Oh, here we go. See, it was Southampton 0.46, Leicester 4.38. So 4-0 was probably the expected goals on that. Mad.
They were down to 10 men for 18 minutes.
Sometimes it just rolls like that, where everything fucking flies in. I don't know what you do though.
That
when
was
you get
like
back in the changing rooms afterwards, do you even speak to them? Do you just go? I don't know what you do. Do you punish them? Do you fucking? I don't know where do you even begin to try and lift a team that's just been absolutely dunked on like that?
Yeah, because you'd have players out there that are thinking, bruv, I'm injured, you know. Just take me off, bruv. Like, I need to. I'll be honest, when I used to play Sunday League, like, I remember one game we were losing and we were getting battered, and I was trying my hardest, yeah. And I remember looking around and thinking, none of you bastards are fucking, like, you're just leaving me out here dying. And I just thought, all right, I'm going to get sent off. And I just got sent off. Like, I just knew, I think I'd swung at someone and then swung 3 times just so the ref saw it to send me off. It was like a cry for help. Like,
to be fair, you have to work hard getting a yellow or a red in Sunday League sometimes.
I remember, we played this tournament, yeah. We used to play in these tournaments, these KFF tournaments. A lot of the Asian fellas were not, they are from England. And the like tournaments that they have in the summer around like 5 places in England, London, Leicester, Birmingham, whatever. And you have A section, B section, C section, D section, whatever. And our team was in there, and we got. So if you get to the final, you play 4 90-minute games in 2 days. So you're fucked, yeah. And we got to the final, bro, and we were in like B section or C section or something. And one of the team we played in the final, their team in the A section dropped bare ringers into their team in the final, yeah. And we got battered, bro. And I remember our fullback, yeah. There was this little Asian kid, yeah. He was moving like the Brown Zidane, yeah. And he made our right back cry, bro. He made him cry, bro. He asked to get subbed, sat on the side of the pitch and cried.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, I'd
lose my fucking
I am
number.
the guy that just gets sent off. I don't want to be that guy. Like, just get angry, don't get sad.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
get
get
even.
angry, don't get sad.
Yeah.
I had more red cards than I had tries in rugby.
That's a good stat there. That's a good stat. I remember I hadn't missed a penalty all my life in like games. And then remember when Man United beat Chelsea 2-0 and Louis Saha scored from outside the box and we also had a penalty? Might have been 06-07. Saha played. It was the AIG shirt with the
gold kit.
Yeah, white one.
Yeah.
Red one. Yeah, at home, 2-0 we won. Yeah. So that game, that day against Chelsea, I played Sunday football. Our game was at 10:30 or something. I scored 2 goals. We were winning like 3-0. My dad's car's pulled up now. I can see my dad's car. He's waiting for me like, fucking hurry up, you know what I mean? Like, fucking hurry up. We've got to go to this game. And so we've got a penalty now, and I've gone, right, I'm taking this penalty, getting my hat-trick, and I'm running straight off the pitch here to get subbed. So I've gone to my manager, like, sub me after this. I've ran up to it, yeah, and I'll pumped it. It's gone all the way over the pitch. Before the ball's landed, I've ran into the car, bro. I'm off. United won that day, so it was all right. 2-0 against Chelsea. That was when we got our trophy back. Talking about 06-07, I said Martial and Rashford, 06-07, Rooney, Ronaldo, and they've done it. Nearly 50 goals between them. The boys.
Be interested to see the development of where them 3 go next year, if we do add Jadon into it. You worried about the Sancho thing? No, me either.
Sancho is happening.
United are just... Here's the thing. United are playing silly buggers and will pay whatever they want in the end.
It's like Wan-Bissaka, Maguire.
Yeah.
But I understand why United are dragging it. I see some people going, oh, no. First of all, we're in the Europa League still. Second of all, he's on pre-season training, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Third of all, like, why are we going to spend £100 million up front, let's say, when we've only got 150? If we can get them to do a deal for 60, 70 up front and we save an extra 30 million for now, that might be the difference between getting Grealish or not.
Yeah.
So I understand why we're trying to do that. I understand that. I think ultimately we won't get the price down. We'll pay what they want, and Jadon will be our man. But I know why they're trying to get it down.
I will be very surprised if we don't sign him. But I wouldn't say
I think there'll be
it's not a certainty.
flares and people outside Woodward's house.
Yeah, it's not a certainty that we do sign him, because things can always go wrong right
Not
until
that
the
I
last
condone
minute.
that,
but I do think that we're probably going to bring him in. Right, should we call it a day there?
I think, look, Jadon Sancho is the biggest no-brainer of all time, isn't it? Like, if I wasn't a United fan, I'd be like, yeah, that's happening. So, it's happening.
People just flap because they want it to happen so bad.
If not, can we just bring Ronaldo back?
He ain't playing on the fucking right.
Yeah, but he plays on the left for Juventus, doesn't he?
Right, whatever. We are going. Make sure to
Come on,
subscribe. Make sure to tune in on Friday. Is it Friday?
again?
No, it's Sunday, isn't it now? Sunday. Fucking hell. I don't even know what day it is, mate.
is-
Sunday for the
Europa League?
semi-final.
Sunday
Call it a
night.
semi.
Channel 5. I've got a semi. Have you got a semi?
Not a moment.
We've all got a semi. Come on, you know.